am a firm believer that your person will not distract you from your purpose. Do you guys like the new do? I got my hair. Got a nice, good trim. Hi, I'm Taylor-Alexis, and welcome back to my channel. This is a safe place to talk dangerously about life in your 30s and all other shenanigans that go with it. So today we're in a new setting. Just want to try something different. I think when I have like these rants that I want to go on, I'll sit here, and then anything else that needs like a deeper dive will be on the couch. So I hope you're all doing well, and we're approaching summer, but I wanted to talk quickly about why ambitious women need a secure and safe and supportive partner. So let's talk. The person that's for you will not distract you from your purpose. I repeat, the person that's for you will not distract you from your purpose. There's so many ways that you can get caught up or distracted and listen to a lot of outside noise when you're really trying to hone in and focus on what you're put here to do. And of course, this also goes with friendships as well, like your tribe, your circle. But particularly, I wanted to mention or talk briefly about, having a safe, secure, and supportive partner could go a really long way, because that's the person that you probably spend most of your time with, right? If that's the nature of your relationship. Kind of like, well, how do they react to my good news or what I have going on? Are they interested? Are they supportive? And like support can obviously look different from everybody, right? Support could be someone cheering you on. Maybe you're in a field that the person might not be too familiar with, but they're still like trying to learn about it and still holding it down for you and things like that. So, and I think, with support, it's not always like, sometimes it's not always direct support or something that could affect the thing that you're working on, right? Let's say like, I don't know, I'm in videography. Maybe my partner listened to me when I was saying like, damn, I really wish I had this lens because I could like shoot longer distance and things like that. And then they go and get it. Now that is obviously one hefty example because, lenses are not cheap. But I mean, that's one way that it could be a direct support to help you and push you further, right, in your career. But I mean, maybe sometimes it could be indirect, as if like, hey, I know you're editing whatever you recorded and you might not have time to cook because I know you like cooking, so I ordered food for you. Don't worry about it. It'll be there at 7, or, I'm bringing it over or whatever. Like just small things like that can go a long way. And I think when the person that you're with or the person that you spend so much time with is not supportive, it can kind of chip away at you, right? Like you feel like, okay, wait, oh my gosh. And again, I don't want to make this whole thing about like men and women, but I think as a woman, we're also multitasking and juggling so much that you can kind of feel like, oh wait, am I neglecting my relationship because I'm so focused on the career part of it or whatever? But it's about finding that dance, because it's not always going to be balanced. So I kind of use the person's presence in my life as a litmus test of like, okay, are you really supposed to be here? You know what I mean? Like we can go online, get tarot readings. We could do, you can pray about it. You could look for all of these different signs if this person is meant to be in your life, and what the reason is for. Because I think everybody that you cross paths with, like there is a reason for sure. While you're looking and searching for the answer, I think for me, that's pretty much been my litmus test. It's like, have I been distracted by like being so much into like the love, you know what I mean? Of course, accountability of myself, but is this person really riding for me in the ways that I need, right? And of course, communicate that. And we are not mind readers, okay? People have so many things going on. I cannot take the time to like guess about, whatever you're thinking. I'll give you one story because I can't share them all, right? Dignity. But I can give you one story. So there was one time I was dating a guy a couple of months, and, we were still figuring each other out and things like that. And we had a conversation about where we were and like what if we were on the same page, or we building together, that kind of stuff like that. Because, after a while, you want to make sure that if I'm pouring into someone, they're also pouring back into you, right? There's nothing worse than pouring into a cup with a hole and there's no, resolution or any like effort to try to plug that hole up so that, you know what I mean? I had applied for this gig that would have me traveling the world a lot, like just throughout the year, just up and down. And I got to stage 3 and I didn't tell anybody. I didn't even tell family members. No one knew. And I got to stage 3 And I was kind of excited about it, and I mentioned it to the guy that I was dating. And, he was like, oh, I'm happy for you. That's really cool. And then he took a pause, and then he's like, okay, well, what does that mean for our relationship? And I'm like, well, the last time we had a conversation about our relationship, you were saying that you still needed time and all this other stuff. And I was just kind of like, well, I'm going to go do my own thing because worth? I don't know. Like what? But I remember sitting back in my chair like, you know, so let me get this straight. You're not interested in a relationship until I was ready to leave. That's crazy. It obviously didn't work out, but I'm just saying, I'm like, distractions. I could give you a lot more, but actually, no, I've been on YouTube for a while, and I haven't always been as consistent. But I remember one time someone that I loved dearly, dearly, was waited until we broke up to watch my videos and be like, oh, these are actually cool. I'm like, oh, what? I don't know. I always wonder when people are with someone, maybe you should, I guess, date people you like, but when you're with someone, if you love them and you like them and you cherish them, why wouldn't you want to support them? Why wouldn't you want to be their biggest cheerleader? Because you pour into, like I said, you pour into one person, they're going to pour right back into you. That's how it goes. That's what a partnership is. And I was talking to a good friend the other day about partnership within relationship. We both agreed that society kind of focuses more on the relationship and not the partnership, if that makes sense. We can get into that into another video, but yeah. So, times have changed. Women are getting to the bag, right? We are making money. We are doing things on our own. Some of us are buying homes by ourselves. It's not to say that we don't need men, but in the financial aspect, I think there was a study, maybe I'll look around, that women have surpassed that in some spaces, but ambitious women face challenges. There are times where we have some setbacks and maybe we just need a little boost of encouragement, support, and that stuff can go such a long way. You know what I mean? Having somebody that's constantly cheering you on no matter what is necessary. And maybe it doesn't even have to just be ambitious women, ambitious people in general. You need a supportive partner, right? But I feel like the channel's focused more on with the ladies, so hey y'all. And with that support too, just having that safe space for vulnerability. Oh my gosh. Sometimes, we just want to vent. We don't really want a problem solve in that moment. You just want to say, hey, I feel this way about what happened today or what happened with this task and blah, blah, blah. And that's it, and then sit down with some sit down with some ice cream and chill out. Having a supportive partner that's also understanding, right? Depending on what field you're working in. Maybe you might have late nights. Oh, okay, great example. This was the same guy that I talked about earlier, right? We're not knocking him, we wish him well, never hell. But I just bring it up to emphasize a point. So when I was starting off with, oh God, I don't want to give too much details because people are going to know exactly what it doesn't matter. When I was starting off with my wedding videography business, I was amped, right? And I couldn't sleep. Whenever I'm focused or locked in, sometimes I will be up, ready to work, and they'll be oh my God, it's 2:00 in the morning. So I couldn't sleep, and we were sleeping together. And I got out of the bed and I started working on my website. And maybe I was quiet. I had my headphones in, wasn't bothering anybody, no sudden movements, nothing like that. And it turned into an argument because they were oh, well, why are you working on it now? Just relax. You could do it later. And I'm like, no, I want to do it now because it's the idea is fresh. And that became a huge argument. I'm just again, I don't think that we are on the same page, and I don't think this is going to work for me because I need someone that understands that, hey, yeah, I might be up at 2 a.m. working on something, or maybe, I might be coming in late from a wedding or something like that. I don't need to be harassed in the middle of me trying to reach my goals. I feel I would be understanding, not too understanding, because that's how you get walked all over. Think about all of the athletes that always credit their parents for being so supportive from day one, locking in. I'm not going to bring up Beyonce, but that's a good example. It's a confident boost. You feel like you can take over the world and go do it. So it's the same thing with having a supportive partner. Absolutely, you can soar to new heights if you have that. And sometimes what I've noticed too, on the flip side, you might not have a supportive partner at that moment. It's just you. So that's also a testament to your discipline, right? To your motivation, right? It might just be you, all those late nights, that you're up filming, editing, location scouting, researching, looking for archives, like all kinds of things like that. It might just be you, and that's okay too. But I think when you know what your purpose is, if you're lucky enough to get to that point where you know what your purpose is on this crazy planet called Earth, it's nice to have someone that is going to add to your life and not necessarily subtract or be a liability, right? You got places to be, things to do, projects to oversee. And I'm not saying like you can't have fun, it can't be balanced, but I think especially in the incubation stages, like you gotta lock in. You have to lock in, and the person that you're with has to understand that this is work time and it's time to go. And there's gonna be moments where like maybe the person had a bad day and they're not feeling the best. Now that is not an excuse to be rude, but you can understand where that comes from, and that goes with time and relationships and stuff. But yeah, let's wrap. I know. I feel like the only place where I don't want like a supportive partner per se is like in the kitchen. It's like, go sit down, please. There's too many chefs in the kitchen, please. I don't need the sous chef right now. You're not chopping the onions right. I don't feel like explaining. Go. Maybe when there's more time, when we get over the hill of success, or we reach levels of success, then we can do that. But yeah, ambitious folks need supportive folks, supportive and secure folks, because man, oh man, I can't tell you the amount of stories that I've witnessed, that I've heard, that I've seen on TV, seen in pop culture, whatever, where like, that partner can really hold you back from your goals. And we don't want that. We don't want that. Life is short, right? And they say 8 billion people on this planet. If that partner is not for you, okay. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Been thinking about that lately a lot, and just want to reiterate, your person will not distract you from your purpose. All right, take care of yourselves. I'll see you here next time, and I got something cool to share with you guys soon, so I'm excited. Gotta keep everything under wraps until it's ready. Okay, bye. Love you.